his name, and the reputation, I just feel that we should be expecting more impact
Yeah,
from him. And I think it's things like that that are affecting us.
I agree because he comes with a reputation and lots of experience. You expect him to hit the ground running, and it does take players time to adjust to the Premier League. But those players of that quality, you wouldn't think it would take so much time. And at the moment, I'm not really, apart from like you're saying, the odd good cross, not really seeing quite what he's he's adding to the team. And actually, again, where I got it wrong as well, Sessegnon has shown himself to be the better defender and the better player, mainly, really. Of course, he's got the nous, he's got the experience, and you would think in Champions League games he would bring that. But again, in those games, and quite yet sure what he's adding. So I don't know if he's still off it. He's still sort of recovering from this
Oh,
injury. Or
yeah, this is what Conte says. He's still not fully recovered from that. Was it a knee injury? I think it was.
mm,
And I'm having trouble with my knee, so I can sympathise with that. But I feel that some of the issues that we have with him aren't around, you know, his fitness, but around his decision making. So, decisions to where to be on the pitch, maybe, or how to use the ball in certain moments when we're attacking, that are probably costing us. And I think that
mm,
I feel that Sessegnon, although he doesn't seem to assist men, he seems to give us a better balance to the squad, which enables, I think, for example, Sonny to exploit space better
mm, mhm.
because he might Sessegnon might hug the touchline a lot more and make later runs. So I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
the key. I think you got the key. The word there was balance, and I think since Kulusevski's been out, it's not. We've not had the balance. But
No.
then goes back to my first point. Really, you can't have a completely imbalanced style of play, pattern of play, team squad with one player missing. You can't afford those top teams. Can like Chelsea, Man U, sorry, not Man U so much, but sorry, Man City, I should say, have players that if they've got a key player missing, there's no drop off really. I mean,
Yeah, I think weirdly, and I'm not going to mention their name, but the other team that are doing really well this year, that we love to mock,
mm,
um, have a better balance because they
yeah,
can. At the moment, they're able to rotate players in and out without affecting the system
yeah,
so
yeah.
much, and so they've got a better balance, and they've got players that the manager trusts in those areas. And maybe the issue is around trust. I don't think Conte, although he wants to bring certain players in, he wants better quality of players, but he doesn't display enough trust in the players that he has there for
Mm,
them
hmm.
to, because ultimately you should be able to just take
Well,
Kulusevski out and pop in, I don't know, Mora
well,
or someone else in that place.
I agree, Steve. And we've talked a lot about these Conte automations, which would mean you would think that that would just be like almost like a well-oiled machine. If everyone's practiced in that, they can slot in and just those automations will click. But the thing is
Mm.
with Kulusevski, I don't know if you feel the same, but he's got much more dribbling capability.
Yes,
And
yes.
and then
I
you
was
look at
discussing this with someone the other day.
yeah, and then you look at Arsenal, and actually they've got lots of dribbling players in their team, and I think that possibly is the difference between that sort of creativity that we're really lacking. I mean, Keeler's got a dribbling ability, but he's not
Yeah,
trusted. You know.
and I thought that I know we're kind of back and forth a little bit, but I thought that Mora, when he came on against Man United, offered in that short 10-minute
Mm,
period,
hmm.
offered that threat that we hadn't offered the whole game because no one else, he ran around with a bit more energy and he was prepared to run at players and commit them where we don't. And when you go to the game, I don't know about the people that are sat around you, but when you go to the game, when we have the ball in the wing back areas and it goes to say like Royal or Sis, we're always forever. And all that for as good as much as I talk about Sessegnon's uh, balance that he provides, there's a lot of frustration that when he gets into situations one on one that he doesn't drive at the at the defenders, and we don't commit those defenders to either making a great tackle to win the ball back or fouling us, and so that is something that Mora, Perisic actually does do. He does drive at players. He does got a lovely step over, double step over to beat a player.
Well,
so
if we jump straight ahead, then we sort of start round this off and go to the game against the new emerging superpower that is Newcastle. We can talk about that, because I think there was a suggestion that maybe Perisic might even play as that role up front.
Yeah, we've been told that he can play there. So without Kulusevski and without Richarlison, why has he not been pushed further up and put Sessegnon in the wing back role? It makes sense.
Yeah,
so I'd like to see that.
I agree. Yeah, so I think I'd like to see that. I think that we've all been clamoring for that 3-5-2. I think it does work particularly well. It's shown to work against the sort of so-called inferior teams. We can boss it. It didn't seem to quite work against Man U. I don't want to sort of, the one swallow doesn't make a summer. I think it's worth trying again, because we have more control of the midfield usually. Because that game could have been a combination of us playing poorly and then playing out their skin. So I'd like to see it again. But if we are going to go to that, formation we've been using most of the season, then put Perisic up front with Son and Kane, and let's see what that does. Because I suspect we might do that again today, and I suspect we'll see Emerson back as well. Actually,
yes. Although I know he's a bit young and and still I'd love to see Jed Spence get a chance, because at the moment, he's saying that he's learning, he's getting there, he's learning, but at the moment I think he's had 2 stints of 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
And the first game he didn't even touch the ball.
No, so
I wonder if he's waiting for us to be like 3 or 4-0 up, then he can sort of take players off, rest them, and then bring him on and then give him a go when there's less pressure. But
so an FA Cup game maybe then.
Yeah. But he's running out of time. I mean, for this side of the World Cup, you give him a go. If he can't do it, or it looks like it's affecting his confidence, take him off, sub him, because he does that with the wing backs anyway.
Yeah,
I'd say just give him a chance. How's he ever going to know if he can do it at this level if we don't give him a chance?
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah. So should we do predictions?
Yes, mate. Yes. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just thinking, actually, when you just said Newcastle rising superpower, I was wondering why the fuck I was clamouring to replace the ticket that I sold, because it's probably not going to be that great a game. But I'm hoping we turn up, and we are at home. Hopefully the crowd gets behind us, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 to Spurs.
Wow. Right. I think it's going to be a tough game. I mean, the amount of games I've been against this lot that have been utterly frustrating. I distinctly remember one a couple of seasons ago where we just managed to get a 1-0, one at Wembley where we needed it to qualify for the Champions League, and again we made heavy work of it and got away with a 1-0. So I think I'm going to go. They've got the potential to score as well. 2-1.
Okay. I mean, I'd be happy with that. They're a good side, so they are a good side. They've brought some good players, and I just don't think that. I think some of the previous games that we've played against them, they know that we're better, so they've just kind of sat off and tried to, and hope to nick something. Whereas now they know that they're a good side, so they will come out. Come out, I think.
Yeah.
So that'll help.
I mean, it won't be long until they're going to be a next Man City, will it? So we've got to make hay while the sun shines.
Yes. Yeah. But we beat Man City, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say we turn up against the big teams, but we don't actually turn up against the big teams. Just Man City.
Just Man City. Man City we managed to turn up against you.
Anyway, it's been great to speak to you, mate.
And you, mate. Good to see you.
Yeah. Okay, well, we've been the Varside podcast, and a quick shout out to Redemption. They're always open on match days. get along. Honestly, it's such a great place. Really community type people. I know they do things over Christmas for food banks and all that kind of stuff. So really worth supporting them because they support our community too. And Totty Pie and Mash. So, Coys.
Coys.